Hello, welcome back to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician, and we are back to watch some more Jerome Evardome, who I recently watched for the very first time. He has a very similar tone to Elvis. He's singing all these iconic Elvis songs, and so we are listening to them. That's what we're doing. And this next one that we're going to listen to is one that you all heavily requested that I do, which is My Way. This is a really huge song. Of course, My Way has been sung by lots of very famous singers, not just Elvis, but this is going to be in Elvis's tone or similar to, and I can't wait to see what is going on here. Now, the things that I noticed that were different to Elvis's tone last time, for instance, were things like his higher vocals, and so this song has potentially a bigger range of notes than the last that we listened to. So we'll see what happens within this one. I'm just interested to see how his vocal moves around within a more expansive range. So fingers crossed we can watch the whole of this without there being any copyright problems. I will let you know on screen if there are. Let's get into it and enjoy Jerome Evardome singing My Way.
The song I'm gonna sing is the one he did in Aloha, the song called My Way.
Interesting hearing his spoken vocal as well, by the way.
And now the end is near, and so I face.
I love the vibrato, the gentle vibrato on the word face there, but wow, does that tone have an impact?
The final curtain.
The richness of it.
My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
He's got a little cry on the vibrato as well. You can kind of feel where his tongue placement is. I know that's a strange thing to say, but I'm just hearing the mechanics of what's happening here, and his tongue placement at the roof of his mouth and the cry that's going into that.
I've lived a life that's full, I'll travel deep.
Oh, I like that.
I'm certain.
Each of the first notes
I've lived
has a push.
a life that's full, I'll travel deep.
And then he sort of pulls
And
back.
every highway, and more.
Wait, that again.
A life that's full, I'll travel each and every highway.
Yeah. I love the delivery there. There's no way I can replicate that because I do not have that tone. But that part of the phrase, love that.
Oh, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Oh, there.
Much more than this, I did it my way.
So he sings with vibrato, straightens the note out, and then drops down to vibrato again.
Regrets, I made a few, but then again, too few to mention.
Oh, that.
Regrets,
The dampening of the tone.
I made a few, but then again,
Here we go.
too few to mention.
It's just this dampening down. Tonality can be bright and it can be dampened.
I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption.
Another interesting thing is his physicality. He's quite sort of laid back within this. The tone is doing all the talking. I'd be really interested to see him on a different kind of stage, moving around and just some kind of gentle choreography, shall we say.
I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway. Oh,
Yeah, see that. We'll hear that again.
each careful step along the byway, oh, and more.
I like that there was no break in there in terms of breath control. He's just connecting the two phrases together. But the looseness, by way, It's so loose and well controlled within its looseness. Now that's a thing to think about, because if you think loose vocals, you think, I don't know, they're just flying all over the place, but that's not the case. You have things like note bends and gentle slides and things. Portamento, you know, all this stuff that happens within vocals that are just fantastic tools to make something sound loose, but in a controlled environment.
Much more than this, I did it my way.
Wow.
Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew.
See, now we've got this. We were sort of at the mezzo forte, which is an interesting thing to say because his tone is so rich that he has such a natural projection going on that you could almost argue that it was naturally at forte, that loud part of his voice, but it's not. It's mezzo forte because we're stepping into that forte now, and I feel quite sure there is a fortissimo in there too.
When I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, when there was doubt.
See, where are we going up to now? This is where the range gets explored. The first bit of the song, not so much, but now we go up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's just the D4. It's not going all the way up. Certainly not into our 5 octave. Those are the parts of the vocal that I want to hear. In actual fact, I feel like maybe we're getting less of the range in this song. I don't know.
I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all and I stood tall. And
actually here I'm starting to see a little bit more of that storytelling within Jerome's face as well, his facial expression. Just take that back.
and spit it out. I faced it all and I stood tall and did it my way.
That again.
And I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved
The interval movement here. Yeah. So we drop down from that D down to the G, so the D4 down to the G2. So you've got a 5th and an octave jump all together here, just to play through those notes. That's how many notes down we're going to get to that G. Let's just hear that one more time. Amazing.
and I stood tall and did it my way.
Oh, sorry, it's to the C.
I've loved.
Okay, I got that slightly wrong. So the C, so one note less. That is amazing. I mean, you've got the 6th interval just as soon as you get down to that bottom G2. Yeah,
And cried.
from the G2 to the E3 there.
I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now the tears subside. I find it all so amusing.
His phrasing there is great because he just stays on that note. So amusing. He's not trying to rush it. This is all about the phrasing, this song. You don't want to be ahead of the beat or too behind the beat. You want it just right.
To think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way.
And that, that's that change of tonality again. One more time on that phrase.
I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, not me. I did it my way.
Wait. I like hearing those backing vocals
I did it my
on top of his vocal.
way.
That just adds a different dimension, doesn't it? Hearing those female vocals on top.
Or what is a man? What has he got? If not himself,
see, this seems like the tempo's kind of changing, but we're getting into this rousing area of the song.
And he has not to say the word.
So
He truly
you want to build.
feels, and not the word.
That's nice. Ooh.
Then he has not to say the words. He truly
Here we go.
feels, and not the words. No one kneels.
Yeah, still back up to that E4.
The record shows I took the blows and did it my way.
Wait, the bass underneath there, so cool.
I took the blows
Listen to this.
and did it my way.
I love that. The raising of the bass.
The record shows I took the blows
Here we go, everyone.
and did it my way.
Wow. Oh my goodness,
Thank you very
Jerome.
That last note.
Wow. Oh my goodness,
Thank you very
Jerome.
much.
Wow, 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 wow. I love that. Up to the G4 there. I absolutely love that because we did get that expansion of the range, and I did get to feel that thing, that magic that you want to feel, that kind of moment within a vocal performance that takes it to the next level. Great to hear that side of his vocal as well, and actually this time I felt was more Elvis-y than the last songs that we listened to. I think that the head vocal part of Jerome's voice didn't come through as much in this vocal, or maybe not at all, so we didn't get that side of it. This was more of the rich tone coming forth and continuing that even up to the higher note at the very end there. I loved it. Please let me know what else I should be watching from Jerome. Are there any unique songs that he did that aren't Elvis-y type ones but with Elvis type vocals? I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, let me know what I should be listening to. And yeah, I'm just blown away by his tonality, the richness, the depth in there, and his control. He's got great timing. That phrasing is everything. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button, become part of our family here. Find me over on Patreon, where you can watch extended versions of videos. You can get early access to videos that come here on YouTube, help me choose content. There's songwriting tips, vocal tips, videos, exclusive stuff, loads of things to check out. So do check out that link below, join for free, choose a tier at any time, and I will look forward to seeing you on another reaction very, very soon. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Love you. Bye.